You know, when I was being hauled as a slave, I didn't know that was a slavery. All I know that I was being treated indifferent. I was being forced to do things which that any child could do. I was being beaten, even I thought maybe because of my color, until I got out. And then eventually since the history from the Bibles of the Exodus, when Moses turned down the offer which was given to him by the Pharaoh, to have all beautiful things on earth, the golds and everything, that he had given a promise to become a king of Egypt. And he said, there is no things that I can compromise when it comes to the right of my peoples. I rather go and die with them. I rather go and be demonized the way he indeed be tortured and was being victimized. Of course, and this is why I said in the remarks that when you talk about the slavery, everybody assume that we have to read the books. Everybody assume that we have to read the Bibles. And the Bible to what happened to the Moses when he went and deliver his people from bondage under the Pharaoh. Yes, slavery didn't start with me. Slavery even goes back to the time of Romans. But again, somebody have to stand up and say, this is evils, this is wrong, and that is exactly what I'm doing today. And because of what we did on this, denouncing the evil acts by the Khartoum government in Sudan, people of Southern Sudan today, they are free, they have a nation with their own, as a free nation, as a free people like any person on earth today. Not only that I have an opinions about Israel's, all my people, the people of Southern Sudan in general, they sympathize with the state of Israel. People of Southern Sudan, they see themselves similar to the people of the state of Israel. They see themselves, they are going through what people in the state of Israel has went through. They are seeing themselves, they are being discriminated by the same person, by the way that Jews are being discriminated in their own homelands by those who surrounded them. Of course, as now living in diaspora, the people that I admire, people who stand with me when in the time of difficulties, they happen to be Jewish. And today, I'm honored to call the Jewish community as my community. I honor to visit the state of Israel 6 times, which nobody in Sudan ever done that. Nobody in Southern Sudan ever done that. I was able to even to do the connections between the Southern Sudanese leadership to the state of Israel. These are something that which some Southern Sudanese have done before me. During 1960s, we have individuals who went to Israel and Israel gave them a little support by that time. Very unfortunate. But today, Southern Sudan become independent nations, recognized by Israel, Israel recognized by the country of Southern Sudan, and I'm very proud when the president of Southern Sudan, when after the independence, immediately visit Israel and said it very clearly to the world that he is going to build his embassy, not in Tel Aviv, but to build his embassy in Jerusalem as the capital, undivided capital of the state of Israel. You know, and this is the question that the historians have to debate it. If you look at the Islam, which they will dismiss me that I'm not qualified because I'm an infidel, by talking about what they did wrong and what they did right. If you look at Muhammad himself, when he formed his own army, it was through the slavery. Those who will not convert to Islam, what did he do to them? Kill them. And as slaves, and then eventually end up as his soldiers. That's exactly Islam. In other words, when people talk in the world, and I'm unfortunate to say that for any Muslim who will hear that, but I will say it because I'm a victim. I have nothing to lose. After 3.5 million of my people being slaughtered, after I see people with my own eye being slaughtered in southern Sudan, after I see people, women, young girls being raped in southern Sudan, after the evil acts being carried out by the evil government in Khartoum against my peoples, to go and loot and take people to slavery and take them as sex slave, and those who could not survive, they have to be killed, then I will be speaking. Yes, if you are a good Muslims out there, why you should not denounce when Khartoum was waging a war against innocent people as a jihad? Where were you? If you don't condemn that and stand and denounce it with a very loud that you are not part of this system that the religion is being used, then you are not different from them. So that being said, when everybody talk about Islam as a peaceful religion, give me a break. Where is it as a peaceful religion? Show it to me after you did to my people, and what after you did to the others. Show it to me. They slaughtered 3.5 millions of my peoples. They displaced 7 millions of my peoples. They went and waged jihad war on my people. Jihad in the name of Islam. By saying that we are fighting Islam. We are not fighting Islam. We are not fighting, even we don't know the color of Islam, whether it is black or brown or green. How can you fight something you don't know the color? That is pathetic. That is pathetic. Sudan today is two countries because of the evil acts being carried out by Khartoum. Most southern Sudanese was fighting the war for the united democratic circular Sudan where everybody have an equal right to that country. But they said no. You the infidel, the southerners, unless you become the Muslims. How can you justify that Sudan, an African country, introduce the Sharia as the law of the land? How can you justify Sudan as an African country and being announced as an Arab country with Arab culture in it? That is pathetic, and that is why that country is divided. If there is any person need to be blamed, it are the Muslims in the northern Sudan, by Sudan becoming a divided country. And still, they are waging the war on the Nubian people today. They are waging the war of Darfur. And if they are not careful, there will come a time when those individuals will say, enough is enough. Then we will break away. And the northern Sudan again will go in pieces the way it went 2 years ago. It is indeed, and this is where we have always have to set it very clearly. When we talk about the Muslims, it is not every Muslim is a terrorist. If anybody will say that what I'm saying, denouncing all the Muslims, then I become an evil man too. But not everybody. But my question to the good Muslim, and I asked this question in Geneva in the United Nations, where are you? I was calling these good Muslims. And indeed, by the way, yes, indeed, by the way, when I did the freedom walk from Washington, from New York to Washington, I was doing it on behalf of the Muslim people in Sudan. The Muslim kids, not for the Christian kids, the people who are being victimized in Darfur, all of them are Muslims. So I'm not a bigot in this case if I can walk the whole month to bring the solution to every single Muslim child in Darfur. So what we're saying today, do not bring religions to use it as an umbrella to do your evil acts. That's all we're saying. You know, I said it once in Jerusalem Post that was in 2006, 2007, in which I was telling my Jewish fellow communities that one day Southern Sudan will become an independence. And nobody believed me then, but I was deeply believed that Southern Sudan will become independent. And I told them, once Southern Sudan become independent, the first place that we will go and normalize the relationship is going to be Israel. And the president of Sudan did that. The president of Southern Sudan, I'm sorry, the president of Southern Sudan, Salva Kiir Mayar, did it. He went to the Jews. When I saw him having the Yamaha on his head in a place where I went before he went there, in Yad Bishams, the tears ran down in my eyes, and I was very proud because he really went and proved my point. What I'm trying to say, people of Southern Sudan, they went exactly through what the people of the Jewish community went through. In other words, we are in the same boat. The problems is not being recognized by everybody today, but we have to expose that. And I talk about the bridge between the two nations in 2007, in Jerusalem Post, in others, that the few Southern Sudanese who walk from Egypt to Israel, let we use these refugees as the bridge that will connect the two nations tomorrow, even that nobody believe it. But today, Southern Sudan become independent. Let all of us, including every single Jewish, not only in Israel, outside Israel, let become an engineer and build the bridge that I was talking about. Well, I will not disclose everything that I was saying, but whenever that I goes to Israel, if there is one person I have to go and meet, is always happen to be Natan Sharansky, because to me, he is my hero.
He is your hero? Why?
He was a victim, and he overcomes what he went through. And now he's a free man, become a champion and the voice of the others. He's my mentor.